podcasting growth has been rapid. The industry has risen in money, content, variety, and listeners. Globally, there are over 5 million podcasts with over 460 million listeners, the survey found. Podcasts are convenient for walking, driving, working out, and sleeping. Standing out in a sea of 5 million podcasts is difficult. On International Podcast Day, let's analyze podcasting trends that will help artists keep up. Top 5 Unmissable Podcast Trends. Unlike YouTube users, 90% of podcast listeners like podcast commercials, according to studies. Podcast advertising could reach $2.5 billion by 2024. Optimizing UX. Understanding your target audience's wants and improving the user experience for loyal customers is helpful. One of the latest and emerging trends is live streaming podcasts. Most companies are contemplating niche-specific podcasts to reach a smaller audience. Niche podcasts help marketers assess if the material matches their target market or needs to be changed. Podcasters use cross-promotion. 2 podcasters endorse each other online. Their strong listener base gives them a greater marketing audience, which helps them gain more listeners from this relationship. Discover podcasting on ONET. ONPASSIVE created ONET, a unique social networking platform with many features. ONET's blogs and podcasts boost brand reputation. ONET users can create original and niche-specific podcasts to make a mark in podcasting as it grows in popularity. ONET lets you market your brand or develop fresh content. ONET is a social networking platform where you can interact with friends and grow your audience. Start a
Hello, 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 everyone. Here is the last day of September 2023. I have a special guest and a special friend, Robin Noble, the voice. And we were talking many days in a row about issues, a lot of things to do with definitely about ONPASSIVE and what it can do for you. Okay. I know a lot of people have heard, this one has done a withdrawal, this one's done a withdrawal, this one's done a withdrawal. I want to let everyone know, if you're in and you purchase OConnect, purchase a product, and you're an affiliate, you signed it, you're an affiliate, you did the NDA, you're going to win. Okay, I want to emphasize again, do not do a comparison. Well, Marty got a withdrawal, this person got a withdrawal. I did not say that to make you look less than. I hated that. One of the top reasons that I even came into ONPASSIVE was, can everybody be successful? I did not want to come into another company after 15 years where we take advantage of people that did not have the time or the money to learn the skills it takes to truly be a marketer online. Because I this is just fact. I'm going to give you facts. The industry is full of crap. It's smoking mirrors. It's little catchphrases. If you do this, you'll get this. About 100 days to 100 grand. I mean, they all sound nice, but it's all a bunch of smoking mirrors. It does not work. It has never worked. Now, I'm not saying that 1.5%, 2% of the people are very successful. There's no doubt about it. But I do want to tell you something. And this is coming from me. I'm talking for me, Mike, and Dan. We worked together for 10 years before we ever saw ONPASSIVE. We could build large teams. And I want to put this in your face. We built large teams, thousands of people, and we failed. Now, part of it, I'm going to give you the reasons. One is the company we joined that we thought was great sucked and disappeared. Second one was they didn't pay what they said they would, and they disappeared. Third one is they were shut down because they were illegal. Okay. And the biggest one of all, no matter what we did, and I did not know this, I was naive in the beginning to think that kumbaya, I'm going to get in, we're going to do well. And anybody I talk to about whatever business I'm in at the time, they're going to go with us and we could build relationships because I believe that a truly big and unbelievable business is building relationships in a business where everybody can win. Now, if somebody sits back and they're negative and woe is me and it's never going to work and I can't and we won't and I don't know, I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to people good hearted that want to succeed and didn't have time or the money to learn the skills it takes to market. That's why we're here. Okay. And on a much larger scale, much larger, that's why Mr. Mufara made and developed and turned this company into some massive mega company. He was he was what you call a master distributor. Okay, whatever he got in, whatever business it was before ONPASSIVE, he would go in, he asked a few questions. What can you make? What does it need to do? Boom, boom, boom. And he went to work and he was good at it. Trust me, every business that online would want ads to come in. There's no doubt about it. I would. I would look for people like him. No doubt about it, of course. But here's what happened. Same thing for him on a much larger scale. The corruption, you hear him talk about it every day. Not be able to bring people with him. Did you know? Now, here's fact. Forget the bull crap you hear online. This happened, this happened. Here's what happened. When Ash would go into a company and master that company, master the way of building that company, when he looked around and saw people can't do what he's doing, he would make a system, develop a system, pay for it out of his pocket, and give it to people to help them succeed because he knew they didn't have the skills, they didn't have the time, single parent, uh, whatever, all the same crap we all go through. And it just did not work. It just did not work. Why? Because you're hooked to a company that is a flash in the pan. Do you know how frustrating that is? Now, obviously, I don't want to talk like I'm on the same level as us. I am not. But you know how difficult it is to get into a company, and I'm talking from my point of view. You get in the company, and then you market and you build a strategy and a marketing plan around that company, around that product. And for it to disappear, okay, yeah, you build a big list, you have all that, but it disappeared. So now the next one you go to, it's not a light switch. Now you brand that company, you brand that product, and you're doing it over and over and over. And the corruption, the lying, the deceit. Look, I did it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I had to do it. But towards the end, talking with Mike and Dan, we all felt dirty. You shouldn't be in a business and want to get a shower after you leave for the day because it's so dirty. And finally, when I saw ONPASSIVE and Mike and Dan where we are now, when we first got in, we had a bubble called ONPASSIVE Nation. You all know that. We put a group in Facebook. It's one of the biggest groups in ONPASSIVE. Why did we do that? Because we believe from very beginning, build a relationship with people. I want to know Robin Noble for one. I want to meet these people, and then when it all said and done, and we're going through the journey. I didn't know how long the journey would be. It doesn't matter. It especially doesn't matter now because look at the outcome of the journey we took. I would do it again. I would do it again because the outcome is far bigger than I ever could even imagine. There's no way I thought this is what we're going to have. But I want to focus on you. If you're watching this, I don't care who you are. I didn't get a commission yet. I don't have anybody on my team. I'm going to say this, and I want you to listen, please. If you're debating if you should buy the product, you're probably going to fail. Because you got to be in it to win it. To win it, you have to buy the product. Are you forced to do that? No, the company's not stupid. If you don't want to be an affiliate, you don't want to be in it to win it, don't buy it. But if your mentality is, I'm not going to buy it until I see what happens, when for things to happen, you have to make it happen. You have to start the car. They built the car, a Bugatti. They give you a track that you can go 350 miles an hour on, and you're going to sit in the parking lot? It just doesn't make sense. And I'm going to say this again for the 900th time, and I mean this. I want you to think about this. Everybody so far that they have brought into ONPASSIVE, a couple million, maybe more, that we don't see, are going to be under founders. And if you're listening to this and you're a founder, don't tell me you know what you have and what you don't have. You can't possibly know. So when I hear people, I don't have nothing. No, you don't have nothing here, maybe. But that's your fault. That's not what was said. Have faith in the company. Nobody be left behind, in it to win it. Listen, if your mentality is how much can I save? It's wrong. It's how much can I make? What can I do? What do I need to do? And do the little bit. We have to do 1/10 of 1%. Do you know what my company has done? My company personally? Yours too, by the way. You know what our company did? We advertised on the biggest, tallest building in the world. We own 2 floors in the Burj Khalifa. We have our name on one of the biggest train stations in the world. 750 to 1 million passengers a day. That's being done for us. Now, you might look at it and say, oh, well, that's on passive.com. On passive.com does not have a position. For the 900th time. Well, what about targeted traffic? We're in Dubai. Everybody that lives and breathes in Dubai is targeted traffic. What's coming into ONPASSIVE? Everybody on that train station that looks up and sees ONPASSIVE, looks to the right, sees ONPASSIVE, looks to the left, sees ONPASSIVE, goes up the escalator, sees ONPASSIVE. Those are targeted traffic. They're going to work. They're married to somebody that has something to do, very high chance, of AI, digital business. No doubt about it. They are the heartbeat of this in the whole world. So don't say, I know this, I know that, I'm not. You don't know that. You don't know what you're getting. But you should know this by now. Ask Mufara, the only time that he did not tell 100% of the truth was he gave us more than he said. He said you're going to pay 2 times. Founder, and you're going to buy the product. What did he do? He gave the founder money back. You could use it to buy a product. He gave us $10 to figure out how to freaking migrate, which $10 worth of O-Coin. Gave us the money back. He told us, we heard rumors for about 2 years, somewhere around $300, $350. Reality is, it was 143 for 3 months. And I want to tell you something, OConnect, compare it to anyone, which would be foolish. But let's just say you decide to. I want you to go get 10,000 room capacity, seating room, 100 people on the panel, 25 with cameras on. You can rotate them for $143 in 3 months. I want you to call Zoom, see if you can't rack up that deal. You know what it costs for that? $6,000, even more. And we're getting a commission on top of it. And on top of that, you know what you're getting, all of you? I don't care if you got it today. I don't care if you get it tomorrow. You're getting it. Your first sale is 100% commission. Who does that? No one on the planet. So I want all of you to know it, and I'm excited because I'm excited for you. I wasn't worried about me anyway. The reason we got in there, I want people to, look, listen, I don't want to go in a place and just talk 1%, 1.5% did really good, and everybody else is a bunch of sheep to the slaughter. I've been in that industry. I hate it. And if the gurus were honest with you, they'd tell you that. But they can't be honest. They'll lose everything they have. But thank God I'm passive. You will win. All of you will win. I mean that. I'm going to turn over to Robin because I've talked enough. I've talked 17 minutes. Robin, it's all yours, and I'm sorry I talk so much, but that's who I am, I guess.
Marty, this is so wonderful. Hello, everybody. What a beautiful Saturday we have here in Toronto. Sky is clear, sun is shining, and I'm here with all of you and with Marty. Thank you so much, Marty, for inviting me to do this with you. We always have so much fun, and the topics of conversation just run the gamut. We go across the screens, across the boards, through conversations that we've had throughout the week, as well as to what we've heard from other people on different webinars and different platforms. And when we do these types of webinars, we're pulling information together so that where there are challenges, we're hitting the nail on the head to help you understand, to help diffuse the energy that surrounds them, and to bring you continued truth with integrity about what this incredible company is all about and what we have within ONPASSIVE. Everything Marty said, I 1000% agree and concur. We are so fortunate, and many of you know me from different aspects of my background, but I was involved with many different businesses, many that I had researched and found to have good products that I believed in. I found out their integrity and base, but I could not succeed in them. I could not do that. And so when I was introduced to ONPASSIVE, yes, it took me a moment to think about it, to choose and to decide to join. But once I was in, I was all in, and I have never looked back. So this is something so exciting. And if you're in positions or in other businesses whereby you are wondering what you should do, is this something you should add? You know what? Don't think. If you want the best, if you want a company with integrity that's going to have all the products that you will be able to use, not only as a standalone business as an additional stream of income, but also to support whatever else you are doing, this is it. And I'm saying that to those who are in, but also to those of you who are watching and listening, and who are maybe deciding or talking to people who are involved already in ONPASSIVE and wondering, how can this benefit you now? We have the luxury and the privilege of having a CEO who is heart, brain wired. And I say it deliberately like that because his whole being exudes humanitarianism. It exudes the willingness and the desire to truly enhance life and the business world and the individual's abilities to look after themselves and their families. And then when it's time and when they're ready, to give back to their communities and the world. And many, many companies have adopted this environmental support and environmental care. Some of them truly from their hearts, but not many of them have started their businesses with that intent. So ASH's mission and goal from the very beginning and vision has never wavered. It has always been to help others and to unite and also to enhance us individually and then collectively. There is no I in team, and which by definition, the most beautiful definition of team is together everyone achieves more. And ONPASSIVE definitely is this embodiment of this version and this definition of team. But there are other meanings as well, and it gets more complicated and it gets more sometimes detrimental, sometimes more negative, because it brings up the competitiveness, it brings up the jealousies, it brings up the powers that it must be necessary to go against somebody else. And that is not ONPASSIVE. We are not in competition with each other, nor are we in competition with anybody else. We are ONPASSIVE, and we stand strongly and firmly as one, with the wonderful knowledge that the database, that the founder membership are there with us. And this is really what I want to talk about today, because as of September 1st, the gates opened for us to be able to start receiving commissions. And we've been talking about apples in the past, and what a wonderful, wonderful time of year. This is fall that is starting, autumn, and apples are abundant in the autumn scenario. So for this timing, again, for me is very special, and I'm sure many people will see and understand the fun of what is happening now. This is where, from September 1st up until now, those founders who saw the vision, who understood what Ash was doing and what he was hoping to achieve in the world, made decisions whether to become more involved and share ONPASSIVE with others, if they could or if they wanted to, or not. Nobody forced anybody to do it. Some people spoke about things that they wanted to do and suggestions were made, but ultimately the decisions to do as much or as little as you have done was yours. So then as we progressed through the month, we started to hear that people were receiving commissions. Some people celebrated this. Some other emotions started to come up, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Then we started to hear that some people had even started to withdraw and put in the withdrawal requests. And we've also heard that some people have received their cryptocurrency withdrawals now in their wallets, and we're waiting for the next steps. So this is a progress and a process that has to take place. Remember, we are still, for all intents and purposes, beta testing the financial component now of O-wallets. So this has to be staged. If everything was opened all at once, as we flooded the industry and flooded the financial banks and systems around the world in that first weekend of September, they were overwhelmed. So all of this now comes into staging parts whereby money is released and it is then checked. We then have to go through certain protocols for international monies, because remember, Ash has also said he wants this to be able to be commissions to be able to send to every founder, and for every founder to be able to withdraw commissions. So if there are hiccups in any of the countries, this is the time that this is also being looked at and adjusted. Now, from my perspective, I am thrilled to hear this news. I am thrilled to see people starting to get excited because they're seeing commissions in their back office, in their O-wallets. Unfortunately, well, no, excuse me, not unfortunately. So two things in addition to this have happened since September 1st. Founders, as they started to see things happening in the back office, especially the deposits of the 97 O coin, and then other commissions, if they had other people that they had shared this with, founders who had been less active or not that interested suddenly started to wake up and become a little bit more involved and ask more questions. We knew this would happen. So this is no surprise to us. And then, in addition to all of this, some very human emotions started to crop up and crop into the tapestry of what's going on in ONPASSIVE. And while some of them are wonderful and positive and happy and joyous and successful, complimentary and that sort of thing, there's also the flip side of that coin. Jealousy, envy, regret, and anger have also started to surface. Unfortunately, I've received direct messages, as I know some other people have, about these emotions and how people are faring or not faring so well with why this and what is happening. It doesn't necessarily happen in the order I've just mentioned, but we do need to learn to manage and heal these emotions now in order to fully succeed in our ONPASSIVE lifestyle and move forward altogether. As Marty said, we need to know, and we need to know this at a cellular level, that because we have got a position as a founder, we are in this, and we will be looked after, and we will have financial commissions put into our O-wallets. In our time frame, no, not at all. In the time frame of the way the system has worked and the way the algorithms are set up, absolutely. And this is something that we can look forward to. Jealousy, unfortunately, is coming up because others are actually receiving commissions. Envy is coming across as why them and not me. The regret that's showing up in people's comments and conversation is, well, maybe I should have done more. Can I do something now? Is it too late to do something now? And anger. Why not for me? I have one position. Why am I not seeing anything? I was told I would see money. First of all, celebrate the fact that you have one position, you have one account. You are in ONPASSIVE and you will receive. Remember, this is the accountability time now. You chose how to join. You chose what to do, either through your abilities or through your inabilities, whether that was financial, whether that was fear, whether that was feeling that you didn't know how to do it, you were unaware of the possibilities, and or you didn't feel that you had enough connections to do anything. No one else decided this for you. So this is where you are sitting right now. And this is all right because you are in ONPASSIVE. But you have to take account and be responsible for what you have done, what you have created, and now bring in the patience to move forward with all of this together, because it is happening and you will receive. Regret, another big one. But first, you cannot change the past. You can make changes now and moving in the future, and you again can choose. If you want to share this with other people, share it away. There are still options and possibilities for other people to join you and see the magnificence of what ONPASSIVE will offer them. We have our affiliate links. You can do this. You can talk to them. There are still webinars going on. There are still videos and lives that are done almost every single day. So it is still possible to help people see the value and the reason why we are in ONPASSIVE. But again, this is something you decide upon. Nobody is saying that you have to do this or not. Then there's jealousy and envy. Now, these are the really big ones. And this will also depend on your own life circumstances, your own life experiences. Nobody can say what is right or wrong, and there's no easy fix for these two. You must go into your dark side and you must recognize them and accept that this is a part of you. It's a very human part, but you also don't have to stay there. You don't have to live there, and you don't have to turn the rest of your whole life into a dark cloud because of what you feel you are not getting and you feel you're being left out. Only you can love this free, and these energies need to be released so that we can move forward together. ONPASSIVE is for all of us. And we don't want to be in dark or negative energies and vibrations, because that also lowers our physical and our mental. And it has already been proven scientifically, and I'm only to say this in the context of this, that it can also lead us to not being well. It can debilitate our own physical and mental health. So we all need to be on the same page of joy and celebration. And if we can go so far as to love and be respectful and full of integrity and support for those who have taken the steps ahead of us to start, who have also started receiving the returns of their labors. And that's what they chose to do. Many of them have got big plans of helping certain charities, certain areas of the world, certain areas in their communities, as well as their families. We don't know everybody's stories, but we need to respect some of the reasons why some people have got more than one position. No right or wrong reason for it. So we really need to know and believe and really understand once and for all, as Marty said, it's repeated over and over again, that you are in, you have a position, and everything will be shown to us in proper sequence. This is happening. So as of September 1st, the financial gates opened. Things are rolling around. We're starting to get money. We need to be patient. We need to be kind. And we need to be supportive and happy for those who are receiving. Because, they will be celebrating with us. As soon as we start to receive as well, and as soon as people start to put messages out there, I've received commissions, I've withdrawn and I've received it in my bank. We're not talking about amounts. We're not talking about any figures or numbers, but we're talking about the steps that have been taken and the successes, so we can all celebrate that together. those energies and vibrations are going to continue to carry this amazing lifestyle and wave of ONPASSIVE into the future. So be generous of spirit. Let's move forward together, and let's show the world what real support and unity is all about, so they can truly understand what ONPASSIVE is and why we were drawn to it in the first place. For many, it was the money. But if people have stayed involved in the journey and have clicked in, not even on a regular basis, but have been able to catch up and are watching and the videos and the recordings or reading the notes in the back office, let's move forward together now. This is the time to start celebrating and start to really get excited, because it is happening for all of us. Marty, thank you. I'll have a couple of other things afterwards, but I've also spoken a bit long. Thank you.
No, it's beautiful. Everything's going together exactly this is what we talk about a lot on at nighttime. Our focus is on everyone else. I'm not here. It's not just about us. I want people, look, the reason I started doing lives really is I'm thinking after we had launched, okay? When I first started, but I really wanted to inspire people just to think. I don't want to motivate you. You have to motivate yourself, but I can inspire you just to think. Look at the possibilities. Look what's up. But I definitely wanted people today, after chatting with Robin all week, and this has been going off and on. I've kind of, leaned into this a little bit, but this was mainly about you, and this is for you, and you will win. Okay, that's the beauty of this. You're going to win, but you have to listen. I could see if something happened. Now, I've been here almost 5 years. I could see during the journey if there's been times where the company didn't do what they said. I'm not talking about dates. Ash himself doesn't know exactly when something's going to happen. There's no way he could know that. Not something this big. For one thing, a lot of it's out of his control. Yes, they have meetings. We want to do this. We want to do that. They test. They over test. They're secure. But the truth is, it's massive. It's massive. And there's many moving parts. Mr. Mubarak could get off a webinar and get 3 phone calls. And if he said something might happen Friday, it probably went into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of the following week. Why? That's part of this monstrosity of a business. It's the way it goes. The tech team, we have the best tech team in the world, no doubt about it. They can test, they can all get together, they can chat with each other, they all get on, they test. You throw it out in the real world, and you've got 1,400,000 or maybe 2 million people clicking and moving and recording and not recording and putting in emojis and different names, people coming in and out. You can't test that in a room. It has to go live. So part of it was we went live, and they're learning as we go. This is nothing new. Okay, companies 1/10 this size go through this. In fact, I am amazed of how little, how great this launch really was. How this bringing this product to the world, I was blown away. And what I really loved about it is when there was an issue for one, there was an issue for all. If people in Guatemala could not pay or receive, they shut it down until everybody can. Okay, and I want to say something else. Great news. Red had received commission through crypto today. Okay? That's just to get people fired up. You see, he's got it posted everywhere. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Now, there was an issue about when their people are trying to pay, a red box came up. I asked people to send me who they were, what country. That's done. They got it. Ash has been on it from the very second that it even happened. They know. They're working on it. Okay? When they get it done, boom, we'll be back flying again. This is part of the deal. This is how things go. The day will come, there'll be little things that they work on and we won't even notice it. Listen, every time you pick up your iPhone, it says we're doing an update. Some updates are there to repair something they don't like. I'm telling you, not going to brag about it, but because we were in the journey, we seen ONPASSIVE get.
As far as I know, Journey has not disbanded. The group was founded
Echo.
in 1973.
Echo. No, I don't know what I said to get her fired up. But what happened?
Break about because we work in the Journey.
Echo. Stop. She's alive. I'm afraid now. But anyway, he received payment from crypto. That's fantastic. I am so happy for him that it's going. I'm not surprised. Of course, it's going to go. We're all going to get commissions. But when you hear something, when I hear about Brad Johnson or Mary Smith, I'm happy for them. Let's be happy for people. That's what I want. I never mentioned that I made more in X amount of time to say to somebody else, that's not me. And if you even thought that, that means you never knew me anyway. And the point is, when you look at Mr. Mufara and what he's done so far, up to this point, let me ask you a question. Would you spend multi-millions and millions and tens of millions of dollars, maybe 100 million, 200 million, I don't know, on perfect strangers so that they can live their dreams? I don't think so. I don't think so. He could have took a lot of his headaches. Trust me, this is a fact. A lot of his headaches were founders themselves, saying or doing something they probably shouldn't have done, hyping, saying stuff that wasn't quite true. That's a killer. He could have took his family and friends and built this monstrous company, in my opinion, been one of the richest men in the world. That wasn't his goal. He figured if I could find like-hearted people that care about others, fill up your pocket, take care of you. He always said that. Put your oxygen mask on, and then, and only then, we could focus on taking care of others, because ONPASSIVE is its brother's keeper. No doubt about it. I'm pretty much done. I'm going to turn it over to Robin to say some final words. And by the way, we had 500 people here today. That's pretty cool on a Saturday. I appreciate it, everybody. Robin, go ahead.
That's wonderful. And Siri, too. That's excellent.
Siri.
When we're talking about marketing that's been done for us already, and we refer to Dubai, and what we see when the Burj Khalifa is lit up with ONPASSIVE, tourism is at its height in Dubai right now. The number of conventions that are going on, global conventions that are happening in Dubai, are bringing tourists in from all around the world. What do you think they're seeing when they go shopping, when they go to the aquarium, when they're on the subway, when they're on the metro, when they're coming in and out and moving around the city? They're seeing ONPASSIVE.com. That is the company marketing for us. So be excited, everybody, that this is happening, and it has been happening now for well over a year. We're looking at 18 months. This is, this is something to get excited about. All the people who have actually joined through ONPASSIVE.com are being held for us, because the only way they can join ONPASSIVE is through either ONPASSIVE.com or one of our links. And if they come through the ONPASSIVE.com corporate link, they will be distributed through algorithms in due course. That is going to happen. So please realize what we have. And as Marty says, this is absolutely huge. And the more you start thinking about it, when you sit down and have your quiet thoughts or a cup of coffee, this is one product. We still don't know all the physical products. We know that there are more virtual products. That's been said from day one. We know that we have incredible partnerships that are happening and being secured behind the scenes. Some of them we're being told about. Some of them we may never know about because of privacy and security reasons. But all of this is drawing to ONPASSIVE, and the fact that these people and these organizations, are wanting to work with ONPASSIVE, stand tall and stand proud, everybody. So let's look at this scenario. We're getting people saying, well, should I activate? Should I pay the 143? And as Marty said, you know what? It's your choice. But if you don't have your account activated, which is the second payment out of pocket, which is what we were told, having been gifted back what we paid for the placement, if we don't activate and become part of the flow when that switch is turned on, we will be losing the momentum and one of the main reasons why we joined to be part of this from the very beginning. So you can still join at any point you want to. Prices might be different, size of packages might be different, but things are going to be different down the line to where they are right now for the starting package and the starting point. So when that switch gets flipped, I'm looking to be ready for myself so I can help myself recuperate the many years of disability that I have not been able to earn a salary, and move forward and help my family and help the community and help people in the world. And it's a magnificent world out there. So let's look at this now. You want to go on holiday. You've done your research. You know where you're going. You've booked your tickets. You've booked your reservations. You're packed. The family's going with you. You've taken care of everybody. You've headed out to the airport. You're standing in line. You've gone through customs and the first initial customs control. You're now up at the check-in point and your passports have expired. You're not going anywhere. This is part of taking responsibility and part of being in charge of planning and looking out for something that you want to do. If you want to be part of ONPASSIVE, you will activate and pay that 143. And you will find a way to do it. A legal way to do it, of course. But this is where people are helping each other. So maybe a couple of families get together to activate one position. And then when that starts rolling, they come back and help and activate the others. There are ways of doing this that you can talk to each other about when you know, especially when you know the person who helped to bring you in. You never should have been left alone. So look at your own real life scenarios. Look what life has and see what things you do either automatically or by rote, just because it's something that needs to be done. Make ONPASSIVE part of your daily routine, checking the pop-up in the back office, just going through quickly and checking to see if you want to watch a live that happened that day, or if you want to reread the notes from one of the webinars. If somebody was talking to you and to a group of you, and they suddenly said, come on, we're jumping off a bridge, would you do it? Would you not stop and wait for a moment and see the relevance to doing this in your life? What benefit would you have of jumping off a bridge? Think now. It's time to be the smart, independent reseller business owner that you can be with your ONPASSIVE business and in your own life. Let's take responsibility. Let's help each other. Let's communicate and offer suggestions, but not tell people what to do. And let's celebrate the joy of where we are at right now with other people receiving money. And now we've had first information that it's actually sitting in Red's personal crypto account. This is huge. Let's start celebrating because this is going to be happening to all of us. And I so look forward to being on webinars and lives with others to be able to say, it's happening. We've had 10,000 messages that people have received money. We've had 100,000, and the number is going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I leave you with one other thought, the power of yet. When we get into a slump where we're not sure about something and the automatic mental voices and talk starts happening, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, it doesn't work. Please add those 3 letters, that one little word, yet, because that turns that sentence into from I can't or cannot do this to I cannot do this yet. And yet keeps the door open and the possibilities flowing to you. So I don't understand this. Maybe you haven't been able to engage or listen to webinars and be part of this for a while, but I don't understand this yet. This doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't. If you don't have the other background to help bring you up to the current, it may not, but it doesn't make sense yet. When I apply and go and do the necessary quick steps, few easy reads to catch up, it will make sense. And if you want to say, Robin, I don't like you, I'm going to say, just add the yet and say, Robin, I don't like you yet. I do look forward to meeting you in person. I thank you so much, Marty, for this opportunity to be with everybody again on this beautiful Saturday. And I'm just so grateful to have found ONPASSIVE without being all kumbaya, in a very factual way, because through my disabilities, I was not able to do a lot of things and I held myself back. And the joy that's returning to my life through this, I am forever grateful. And to be able to help other people feel a similar joy and excitement, I look forward to sharing that with others. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, look after each other, and I'm sure I will see you on a webinar somewhere in the near future. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Robin. Man. Gonna have this lady on more often, huh? See, I got the luxury of talking to her every night. You guys don't. But anyway, yeah, she'll be back with me. Thank you, Robin. One thing I wanna read. If you look below, that's a quote from Ash. Yesterday, actually, he texted to me, and he let me see the beginning. Hold on one second. It's pretty long. This is a quote from Ashes. It says, passing this monopoly corrupt means you made it to the safe zone. It's a powerful altitude where no one can mess with you or even remotely reach you there. Here's the most powerful thing about everything. Not only are we going to make it, we are going to make it the right way, a clean way, everybody. Then we will own it. Why are we so sure? Because we're doing business with God, not using people or money. That's powerful, everybody, because that's how most things are run. This is run by a gentleman that I don't know anybody else that would do it. I don't know anybody that would even attempt it. It's unbelievable the sacrifice he's made, him and his family, young little boys. It's we owe gratitude beyond anything we could possibly say. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Robin, thank you so much for coming on here with me. That was a big deal. I enjoyed this a lot. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people. They really loved it. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and we will see you in one of the webinars. If you want to know what webinars are going on, go look in the back office. There's hundreds of them. Anyway, see you all. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Bye, everyone.